Now, many of you already know about my giveaway, but in case you don't know, I'm giving away a lot of these DVDs absolutely free to you. All you have to do is be a subscriber, a supporter. Link is down below in the description of this video. Good luck to everyone. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to announce the winners. Let's get right to it. Hey, what's up guys and gals, my name is Rick9G. I am so excited to bring you this video. I came to realize that I've never done the TV show Emergency. I've never covered bloopers for this show. So I'm really excited to bring you some of these kind of embarrassing mistakes and errors that are left in the final cut of the show that I think you're going to absolutely enjoy. In case you're new to the channel, don't forget that I have over 1,300 videos covering many TV shows, different sitcoms, and things that you will absolutely love. Links are in the description, or just search for them and you should be able to find them. Let's get right to them. Now let's begin this blooper with talking about Fire Station 51. Now I made a whole video on where it was filmed and so forth, so you should really check that out to get more information. So some shots like this one are filmed inside a soundstage and they replicate the actual station that was found in Carson, California. Now that's very important because essentially they're getting the real station and they're duplicating it. So it's not exactly to spec, and that's very important to know. Now when we actually look at the rear facing apparatus bay door, you'll be able to see the captain's office as well as a very large map that they help. That's how they know where they're supposed to go. There's a radio receiver base station as well, where that's where they respond to all the dispatches, the kitchen doorway, and some double door closets, and that's pretty much it. However, when we actually see Station 51 for the exterior shots, that's a completely different location, and that's very important to know because I'll point out to you that when these bay doors are up, we see that there are many more doors on that wall, and that is super important because it's a definite inconsistency. Now this is a blooper that I think you're going to absolutely love because you may have seen this shot and these shots in many different episodes and may have never picked up on this. Check out whenever Gage and DeSoto are inside Squad 51. Now there is a flashing light bar that is mounted onto the roof of the vehicle. There's a little bit of a space, anywhere between 4 to 5 inches, give or take, between the length of the light frame and the roof. So sometimes you can see the surrounding environment visible through that gap in normal slots. You will see it when it's parked, or you will see them when they're driving around town and so forth. Now the problem here is that in some of these close-ups, the gap is covered up with red. That is to match the vehicle, because sometimes there may be daylight, sometimes there may be nighttime, and so forth, and they have to cover that up. That is for everything to be on screen. The downside of it, of course, is that there's no consistency. So depending on the shot, depending on the episode, you'll see different colors through there, whether it's light, whether it's dark, or whether it's just pure red, just like the truck. Now the very next blooper was actually in front of your eyes the entire time as I've shown it to you. Did you catch it? Well, look at Squad 51. I'll show you these shots again. I'll even show you some shots when they're driving throughout town. Do you see anything different? It's pretty obvious. I'll point it out to you. There's no rear view mirror. Well, that is, whenever you see Gage and DeSoto and we're looking straight at them as they're driving, there's no rear view mirror. Now there's a couple of reasons for this. Number one, practicality. It'll obstruct the view of the actual actors themselves. Secondly, it kind of goes to the idea of the fourth wall, that we can kind of quote unquote see through it and we can just see the actors. It serves a purpose, but when they're driving around town and the shot changes, well, there's the rear view mirror right there. Now this is something that's very common amongst the show. Whenever Engine 51 or even Squad 51 are dispatched, the shots of the vehicles when they're first dispatched, while they're en route to the call, or going to the Rampart Hospital itself, many of these instances are actually stock footage or just repeat shots showing the same traffic, the same parked cars, the same people from previous episodes. So of course I can't just show you the same photos over and over again, but take a look at the episodes. You'll be able to see how many of these shots are reused. And finally, this is another one having to do with Squad 51 that it's pretty comedic, especially being a car guy like myself whenever I see it. Whenever Squad 51 itself is dispatched and it's headed toward its destination, notice the interior shots much as how we were looking at the rear view mirror, but here you can look out the windshield and you can notice that the Dodge's red hood vents on the right and the left sides. Now these hood vents are present in these shots, but whenever you look from the outside in and see the boys, you do not see these hood vents. What's the reason for this? It's very simple. They had two trucks that they used, or two types of trucks that they used for the show for many different reasons. One that actually was used a lot to actually run, that's for cooling, so those would go to the actual real trucks, versus the ones that they would just use for the shots when they were driving there and for the talking, which wouldn't have those vents. In that situation, there's really no need to cool the truck when it's not even moving and they're doing static shots. Well, that's it for this video, guys and gals. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you always show. Don't forget to let me know that love and that support by hitting the thumbs up button. That's the primary way of how to do it. And if you haven't subscribed, I know I look at the analytics, so many of you are not subscribed that still watch the channel, so you love what I do, really support what I do by watching it. But if you don't subscribe, then YouTube doesn't know that this channel is worthwhile to watch, worthwhile to enjoy, and to share to others. So all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and it goes a long way toward me reaching my 100,000 goal. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you so much, especially to my diamond tier patrons: Gary Nettle, Lori K, Yasmin Gomez, Citizen Kane 359, Paul, Ricky, and David Davenport. If you want to be listed in the credits here and get many exclusive items, be sure to check the link down below for Patreon.